Mooji's Guide to Cultivating Inner Stillness and Joy. In the heart of a bustling city, where the cacophony of life can sometimes feel overwhelming, there lies a sanctuary of inner stillness and joy. This sanctuary, however, isn't found in grand temples or serene forests, but within each of us, waiting to be discovered through simple practices and profound understanding. Let me tell you this, dear viewers, today we're diving into Mooji's Guide, a treasure trove of wisdom designed to help us cultivate inner peace and happiness. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt the need to escape the noise of your own mind, to find a moment of serenity amidst chaos? Here's something you should know: Mooji's teachings offer a path to that very place. So, let's embark on this journey together. Understanding the mind's dance. Our minds are like rivers, constantly flowing and changing course. Sometimes they flow smoothly, carrying us along with ease, and other times they rush and churn, making it hard to navigate. In this state, we often find ourselves lost in thoughts, caught in the whirlpool of worries and desires. But here's the truth, dear viewers. This dance of the mind is not inherently negative. It's how we choose to interact with these thoughts that shapes our reality. You might be wondering, how do I harness this energy instead of being overwhelmed by it? Mooji teaches us to observe our thoughts without judgment, much like watching clouds drift across the sky. When we see thoughts pass by, we acknowledge them and let them go. It's a practice akin to meditation, yet it doesn't require sitting in silence for hours. Instead, it involves being present in the moment, noticing when the mind wanders and gently bringing it back to focus. Here's a personal anecdote for you. A few years ago, I was dealing with a particularly stressful period at work. My mind was a whirlwind, filled with endless doubts and fears. One day, I decided to apply this technique. I sat quietly observing my thoughts, and when I noticed myself getting lost in worry, I would remind myself to breathe and return to the present moment. Gradually, I began to notice a shift. The anxiety didn't disappear overnight, but it became more manageable. This practice taught me that I don't have to fight against my thoughts. Instead, I can learn to live alongside them. Cultivating presence. The first step in cultivating inner stillness is to develop presence. Being present means fully engaging with whatever we're doing, whether it's a task at hand or simply enjoying a moment of peace. Imagine you're eating a meal. How many times have you sat down to eat only to find yourself thinking about tomorrow's meeting or yesterday's argument? Presence requires mindfulness, a skill that can be honed with practice. Here's a lesson from Mooji that resonates deeply with this concept. He once said, "Mindfulness is not about emptying the mind but filling it with the right things." By focusing on the taste of food, the texture of the plate, and the sound of the dishes clinking, we create a space for joy and contentment. This practice not only brings peace to our lives, but also enhances our overall well-being. Embracing the present moment. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in the past or future. We ruminate over what has happened and worry about what will happen, missing out on the beauty of the present. But remember, the present moment is all we truly have. It's fleeting and precious. Mooji emphasizes that true joy comes from embracing the present. Let me share a story. During one of his talks, he encouraged participants to imagine they had 3 days left to live. How would they spend their time? Would they be consumed by regrets or grateful for the moments they've shared? This exercise helps us prioritize living in the now. When we do so, we find that small joys become magnified. For instance, a simple walk in nature can turn into a profound experience if we allow ourselves to savor each breath and appreciate the colors around us. Finding peace within. Finding peace within starts with recognizing our inner selves. Often, we seek external validation to feel secure and loved, which can lead to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Instead, Mooji teaches us to cultivate self-love and acceptance. This involves acknowledging our flaws and imperfections without judgment. It's about seeing ourselves as a work in progress rather than a finished product. Here's a profound insight from Mooji. Self-love is the foundation of all true happiness. By loving ourselves, we create a safe space for growth and healing. This doesn't mean we ignore our shortcomings. Rather, it means we understand that every part of us contributes to our unique essence. When we embrace our inner selves, we open ourselves up to receiving love and compassion from others. Think about a time when someone showed you kindness. Chances are, it was because they saw something valuable in you. This act of loving ourselves is the first step towards attracting similar kindness from others. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for cultivating inner stillness and joy. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already possess. When we practice gratitude, we train our minds to look for the good in every situation, even the challenging ones. Let me share a real-life example. A few months ago, I faced a setback at work. My project was delayed, and my boss seemed disappointed. Instead of dwelling on the negativity, I took a moment to reflect on the lessons learned and the support I received from colleagues. I wrote down a few things I was grateful for: my team's collaboration, the skills I'd gained, and the opportunity to grow. This practice helped me regain perspective and find a sense of resilience. By focusing on gratitude, we begin to see life's challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. Mindful living. Mindful living is about integrating mindfulness into every aspect of our lives. Whether it's during a routine task, a social interaction, or a moment of solitude, we can practice mindfulness. For instance, when washing dishes, pay full attention to the sensation of water on your hands, the movement of the sponge, and the sound of the dishware. This practice transforms mundane tasks into meaningful experiences. Similarly, during conversations, listen actively, engage fully, and respond thoughtfully. These small acts of mindfulness build a foundation of presence and connection, enriching our relationships and deepening our understanding of ourselves. Here's a practical tip. Set aside 5 minutes each day for a mindful activity. It could be a short meditation, a walk in nature, or simply reading a book while taking deep breaths. By integrating mindfulness into our daily routines, we create a habit of being present, which is the key to inner peace. As we conclude this journey through Mooji's guide, let's reflect on the transformative power of these practices. Inner stillness and joy are not elusive goals reserved for those with special abilities. They are accessible to everyone willing to make the effort. The steps we've discussed: observing our thoughts, cultivating presence, embracing the present moment, finding peace within, practicing gratitude, and mindful living are tools that can be applied anytime, anywhere. Remember, the beauty of these practices lies in their simplicity and accessibility. They don't require special circumstances or expensive resources. They rely on our willingness to engage with our minds and hearts. So, dear viewers, take a moment to pause, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Allow yourself to feel the rhythm of your heartbeat, the warmth of the air around you, and the quietness within. As you do, let this knowledge sink in. With each breath, you have the power to transform your inner landscape. May you find inner stillness and joy in every moment of your life. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey.